Ladies and gentlemen, if I could please have your attention. Thank you. If you would all turn your heads to the head table, give a warm round of applause to welcome Michael as he comes to the microphone with his words.
Yes, I need my reading glasses. Thanks. Just to start out, we want to take a second, Penny and I, and thank everybody for coming tonight, especially my mom and dad. Obviously, without them, this would never happen. We had a lot of family and friends come in from out of town, out of state. Thank you, Kathy, Cheryl, Ronnie, my sisters, my brother, all came from out of state. Uncle or Kenny, I was going to call him Uncle Kenny. Is that better? Yeah. Kenny, Cassie, thank you guys for coming. I know it's not an easy trip, and we appreciate the weekend. Jim, Max, thank you for being here. Jimmy, Dawn, they came from Florida, thanks for being here. I'm just trying to get everybody so I don't forget. Luann and Ellen, thank you for being here. Let's see, Auntie Gail, Bob, thank you for coming. Let's see, special friends, family friends, Rich and Deb, Ed and Kristen, Russ and Tammy, Tom and Trish and Daryl, thank you guys for coming, I appreciate it. Personal friends. We also want to take a minute to remember Kate's grandma, Janice. Janice is no longer with us, but she was an instrumental part in the girls growing up. We think of her often, and she is here in our heart. The other person I'd like to just to mention was a close personal friend is Command Sergeant Major Bob Meyerhofer, who adored Kate. And matter of fact, every time I saw him, he'd ask where the private was. So he did until his passing. I know a lot of you here today, and a lot of you I met for the first time today. To make it easy on who I am, if you know Kate, you know who I am. Everything from our sense of humor to the way we expect everything to go our way is pretty much how we are. Unfortunately, through time, that has made her a little competitive, I think. And I was trying to think of a proper or a story to share that would be correct for this venue. And I go back and I think it was about 11 or 12 years old, Katelyn was, and I bet her she couldn't do something. And Katelyn is so competitive that she took the bet and bet me $1 that she could. Well, of course, I was right. She couldn't do it because Dad's always right. So as any good parent, I held her to it and made her pay me the $1. And that was a lot of money for a kid her age. So just to remind her of that Dad's always right, I took the $1 and I hung it above our bedroom door, where she would have to walk by it every day to go to her room. So needless to say, eventually she did win a bet with me, and she wanted the $1 back, but I wouldn't give it to her. I gave her a different $1. I had won that, so of course she immediately took that $1 and hung it above her bedroom door. Now we're about 16 years later, those dollars are still there, hanging above our doors.
I don't even live there anymore.
Yeah, and you don't even live there anymore, correct, yes. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it says something about the relationship we had and the fun we have together. To my new in-laws, Ken and Patty, thank you. Patty, thank you for everything you did today to make this the perfect day for our daughter. That's the list, I was kidding you a little bit earlier, but without you, this would not have turned out as perfect as it was. Thank you. We think and hope that Katelyn will make you as proud as she's made us. And we'll leave it at that one. Let's see. And to the new couple, it doesn't seem possible. You guys are finally married. It seemed like a long time. We won't talk about 5 or 7 years, but 5 years is the dating cycle. Remember to always keep a sense of humor. Keep that excitement going between you two. And you kind of threw me off on your vows because you said you would not keep score. But I did manage to bring you each $1. So when you start, that will start you out on your adventure. I hope it's a long, wonderful one. Welcome, Austin. We could not be happier to have you in our family. And that's about all I have. So if you take a toast, and I didn't bring my glass.
All right, let's give Michael a big round of applause, everybody. Now, if you please keep those applause going, welcome to the microphone, your maid of honor, Megan.
Hi, everyone. As a lot of you know, I am Katelyn's twin sister, Megan. And you would think 8 years of forensics better prepared me for this moment. I could sit here and I could go on for hours talking about how great of a person Katelyn is. I've literally known her since we were cells. So I'm just gonna say this. My sister and Austin is probably the best thing that could ever happen in the history of the world, honestly. I mean, that's a little cliche, but I've never seen two people more perfect for each other. I've been with Kate through all the ups and downs of our lives growing up, and I've never seen her go so high until she met Austin. She's always going to be my better half. But now, Austin, I need you to be there for her, no matter what. All right? Yep. And I'm so, so happy. I'm so sorry. To be able to call you my brother-in-law, and I'm so, so excited to see what you guys are going to do with your lives. And let's all raise a glass to many, many, many years of bliss for these two.
Let's give Megan a big round of applause, everybody. Now, if you please welcome to the microphone your bridesmaid, Amber. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Amber, can you go behind the bride and groom? Amber, go behind the bride and groom. Actually, be physically behind the bride and groom.
All right, my name is Amber Peck. They call me Peck. My name is Amber. I've been writing this speech since the end of 2019. Partly because I've been so excited since the moment Katelyn asked me. Partly because if she ever got so mad at me that she threatened this role, I could tell her, nope, I already wrote the speech. See, Katelyn gets frustrated with me for the same reason I'm one of her best friends. We are just as much alike as we are opposites. She calls me her type A to her type B personality. So, of course, when she was floating through the single and dating phase, Austin came along and she's like, should I pull the trigger? I was like, no. No, I said no. But she went with her gut feeling, and I can only assume it was because she had a feeling that he was someone special and someone to hold on to. So, Katelyn and Austin together, to me, it has always seemed like they have their own little world, just the two of them. One that they're very into, very dedicated to, and always working at, whether things are easy or difficult. And while that would make most couples reclusive and hard to connect with, somehow, they have also made it a priority to include all the special and important friends and family they have into their world, and that is why we have such plentiful and good company surrounding them today. That is also why they are such a lovable couple, and why I am thrilled that they have decided to be each other's forever.
Hello. For those who haven't had the chance to meet me, I'm Jocelyn. Kate and I have been best friends since I became her neighbor in middle school. We bonded over bus rides to and from school, and quickly Kate became a constant element in my favorite memories. We were always getting in trouble and causing mischief, from passing notes in class, to giving each other fake tattoos, to getting our real tattoo, to being my partner in crime on field trips, and so much more. Counter to the good times, Kate has always been there during the hard times. No matter what was happening in my life, she was there to listen, to console, and to encourage that everything would be all right. Naturally, she became the sister I never had. 14 years later, and I couldn't be happier to be standing today to celebrate the amazing person Kate is and the amazing life she and Austin have created together. I think we can all agree that Kate has a personality like no other. She's feisty and stubborn, but also the most caring, selfless, and full of life. I used to wonder if there would ever be a guy brave enough to handle Kate. Well, she just tied the knot, and I think she's found the perfect match in Austin. Austin, my first impression of you was a very kind, hardworking, driven guy. I can attest you're still that guy today, but what I've learned about you over the years is that you're patient and understanding. I have seen you support Kate through her achievements, and I have seen you comfort her in the hardships. As a best friend, that is all I could ask for someone who has her heart. I know she's in amazing hands, and I know you love her for who she is, stubbornness and all. Kate and Austin, you both complement each other perfectly, and it's easy to see how crazy you are for each other. I'm so honored to call you my friends, and I can't wait to see how you navigate this exciting new chapter together. So with that, here's to my best friend and her best friend. Cheers! Love you all.
I do have some notes here because a lot of Austin's teammates and coaches know that I can be a hot mess sometimes, right? So Patty and I, to reiterate what Mike said, we'd like to thank you all for coming to share in Austin and Kate's special day. We know everybody is busy and there are many other things that you could all be doing, so we are so very grateful that you're here with us to celebrate this joyous occasion. It wasn't long after Austin and Kate started dating that we saw something very special between the two of them, and we had a strong feeling that this day would eventually come. Austin, you are such a blessing to Mom and I. We love you. and we are so very proud to call you our son. You are a man dedicated to the ones you love. You are a hard worker, a leader, a good provider, and you always try to see the positives in life. We can see how much you love, respect, and adore Kate. We are confident that you will be a great husband, and with God's blessing, a great father someday. Kate, you are a hard-working young woman, and your commitment and dedication shines through while working as a nurse and serving in the National Guard. When you are passionate about something, there's no stopping you from reaching your goal. If you carry that same fire and determination in your marriage, it will serve you well. We are so very proud of you, and thank you for your service to our community and to our country. When Patty and I started planning our future, we envisioned having 2 children. With God's blessings, He provided us with 2 amazing sons. This past week, we celebrated the gift of Austin's birth, and I now stand before you 25 years later and gladly welcome the daughter we never had into our family. We love you, Kate. Spoiler alert, as many of the people out there know, marriage won't always be easy. In fact, there will be times where it will be very challenging. However, if you keep God front and center in your relationship, you will have a solid foundation to build your marriage on. God is always allowing opportunities for us to grow. Without growth, we become stagnant, and we cannot flourish into become who God wants us to be. Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving each other, just as God through Christ has forgiven each of you." And Romans 12:10 says, "Be devoted to one another in love, and honor one another above yourselves." If the 2 of you follow His words, I can assure you that you will have a great marriage together. We're so very proud of the 2 of you. Continue to work hard. Always make time for God and each other. And please be sure to share your blessings with others along your journey together. Everyone, please raise your glass for a toast. Here's to Mike and Penny for raising an amazing daughter. And here's to Austin and Kate. Our hope and prayer is that the Almighty God is always at the front and center of your marriage. May God bless you with a long, healthy, joyful, and prosperous life as you grow older and wiser together. We love you both. And as Grandpa Cortulo and Uncle Frank would say, a salute.
Let's say thank you. Give a big round of applause, everybody.
Hey everyone, I'd just like to start off thanking everyone one more time, maybe the last time, maybe not. We truly do, we know time is the most precious thing that each and one of us have. We don't know when our last day is going to be, so we appreciate you coming out and spending some of it with us on Katelyn and Austin's special day. With that being said, I want to tell you a quick funny story about Austin. I want to tell you a little bit about our relationship, and then I'm going to get out of here. So growing up, a lot of our family might know this, but for people that weren't as close, I want to fill you in. Austin was a little ladies' man. And Mike and Penny, I want to say that this is like a little kid, so don't worry. But he was always that little ladies' man, and all of a sudden, we'd be at a wrestling tournament, we'd be at a birthday party, and Austin's gone for like 10, 15 minutes. And after like 2 or 3 times, we figured it out, and we knew where to look. It was either the bathroom or a bedroom, because he was either A, doing his hair, or B, hitting some push-ups and coming out with a little wife beater, or sometimes without a shirt at all, flexing. He felt good about himself, and he was very confident, so that's just a little bit about him. Growing up, we had a great relationship. Austin's my best friend. I used to get it a lot, and I didn't really understand why. I think it's because we were closer than most people, most brothers. But moms, dads, older people would always say, you'd really do a great job incorporating your brother, because whenever I hung out with my friends, Austin would be there. I never said anything about it. I just kept my mouth shut because the brownie points were really good with Mom. But the reality of the situation was I got a table of my friends back here, and what it comes down to, it wasn't like me being embarrassed of Austin or did he make the cut and was he cool enough in front of my friends. Like, if you didn't like Austin, then you weren't going to be one of my friends. And that's how it always was. He was always there. We were always close, and I'd do anything for him. So he's my little stud. He is no longer, he's still a ladies' man, I guess, but now he found his very special lady. Katelyn, when you came into Austin's life, it didn't take long to figure out that there was something special about you. Every other girl that Austin had dated in the past usually got put aside when it came to me hanging out, but all of a sudden it was like I was getting put aside, and I was like, yeah, there's something different about this one. So I just wanted to thank all of you guys one more time for coming out. Katelyn, thank you so much for entering into Austin's life. So happy that you guys found your best friends, and I'm excited to see where, with God at the center of your lives, you guys can go together. I'm incredibly happy to watch you grow old. I know you're going to do great things, and I'm excited to see where your marriage takes you. So congratulations. If we could all raise a glass to Austin and Katelyn Cortulo. And that's all I got for you, so congrats, guys.
Let's give them a big round of applause.
All right, can you guys hear me in the back? It's not easy following the best man or the groom's dad, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Not many of you know me, but my people in the back row, they do. They know I like to have a good time, but really, I'm having a good time. I was just trying to babysit my guy right here. He's always stirring the pot, getting us into trouble. And throughout college, I saw a change in Austin. Things started to change. He started going out less, started drinking less, and one night I caught him. It was about 1:30 in the morning, and I go, "Where are you going?" And he's leaving the house with a carton of eggs, a bushel of apples, and a thing of bananas. And I go, "She must be special." And finally, Austin brought Kate home and introduced me to her, and I realized how special she was. And I saw why he was going above and beyond. Kate, I'm happy to call you one of my best friends. I love nothing more than beating you in board games. You're a firecracker personality. Austin, you're a brother, man. I'll do anything for you. So if we want to raise a glass to Austin and Kate, cheers, and I wish you guys nothing but the best.
If you guys didn't catch on, my name is Reed. It's an inside joke that a lot of you won't understand. So for those of you that don't know me, Austin and he's been one of my best friends since we were like 2 years old. And, all the way back into the point where we were dressing up like Superman and Batman, chasing each other around the house. So we've always had our little adventures. And, that kind of progressed to my brother Dane and Tyler beating us up in the snow, giving us face washes. But, I think these days we need a rematch because I think we could take you. And then things slowly progress. We start to play soccer and football in the basement. There might have been a few shattered wine glasses here and there. There could have been possibly a hole in the drywall. Sorry, Mrs. Cortulo, we apologize. I think it was patched at some point. There was a furnace put in front of it or something. Anyways, point being, we've had our adventures, me and you through high school, through college. We've stayed close-knit, even though with the movement of schools, and, we're not always living close to each other. And I appreciate that we've always stayed close to each other. So I hope there's always more to come. So to that. And then to Kate. Kate, we've only known each other for a few years now. It only seems like a few, but it's been 4, 5, 6 years. But for most people, the way I want to express is that with your buddy, it's usually just, it's your buddy's girlfriend. It's Kate, your buddy's girlfriend. But honestly, I want to tell you that you're not just my buddy's girlfriend. Over the years, you've become a dear friend of mine, too. So it's to your character. It says something truly about you, and we love you. You're one of the guys. You could honestly be sitting with us over here, and we'd be totally okay with it. And you make one of our best friends happier than we've ever seen him in his life, and that's truly priceless for a lot of us here, so we appreciate that. So I want to say thank you to you guys, and congrats, and to many happy years to come, and cheers.
Cheers.
Man, I promise you guys, I think I'm the last speech. I know it's been a lot. So, I'm a little off the cuff tonight. I didn't prepare anything, but, it's usual fashion with me. So, I want to start off saying, though, Austin and Kate are very dear friends of mine. Austin and I, we go way back, but, we spent a lot of time together over college. We lived together for a couple years. And one year, I think it was our junior year, Austin and I lived together just by ourselves. We were supposed to have a third roommate, Connor. He bailed on us. We paid his rent. No, I'm just kidding. But that's when I believe you guys started dating. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that also leads to when Kate finally came over for the first time. I believe I was the first friend that she actually met. So that's pretty awesome too. Anyways, they are incredible. They are great friends. They're really special people to me and to obviously everyone around here. I can't say anything but good things about them, and I don't want to hold up the party anymore. So let's go ahead and celebrate Kate and Austin. I love you guys. Raise a glass. Let's have a good time.
Ben jumped the gun just a little bit. Oh. Our last speech.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But certainly, not least, please welcome to the microphone your bride and groom, everybody.
All right. Woo! I'm going to cheat and pull out my phone really quick because in my new father-in-law's fashion, I don't want to forget anybody. So first off, Kate and I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here today. We want to especially thank both sets of parents that we have. The amount of time that goes into planning a wedding is crazy. Yeah.
A lot.
I'm really happy and relieved that we're here right now because with Kate taking on the bulk of it, it was still really stressful for me somehow. So I just want to thank you guys for doing everything that you were able to make our day incredibly special. We're soaking in every single moment right now, and trust me, it's one for the books. So thank you to you guys. I want to say thank you as well to Meg and Tyler for all the help that you guys have put in throughout the process as well too. Thank you to all the bridesmaids for taking care of my lovely lady throughout this process. And then thank you to my groomsmen as well, too.
For taking care of my lovely lady throughout this whole process. Just kidding.
I'll be your lovely lady. So with that being said as well, too, you guys will notice that you all have coasters, of course, at your guys' table, which are obviously pretty phenomenal. Those were cut
from up north at my grandparents' old cabin, which my Uncle Bob now owns, and he cut down all of those trees. So they're with us here tonight, which is pretty special. And then my Uncle Dan did all of the laser engraving and all the printing and everything like that, or at least contributed to all of that as well too. So those are pretty special. So everybody make sure, yeah, yep.
One for everyone.
Yep. Thank you, yeah. So everybody, make sure that you take yours with you. You can have a little slice of our wedding for the rest of your lives and the rest of our lives. We don't need those here anymore. We got plenty of extras. And then finally, as well to Kate, if you want to.
Yes, I would like to thank all of the out-of-towners. Lots of people flying in from all different stages of our lives, family and friends, and if that's people at different jobs, different schools, different stages in the military. Everybody made sure that they came to support us, and that is breathtaking.
Yep.
It's great to see everybody here today.
So with that, we will allow the party to commence now. We hope that everybody brought their dance shoes because we're gonna need them out there. So
Who brought their Crocs?
thank you guys for coming, and we can't wait to celebrate the rest of the night with you.